many views are you getting on the site, and how many views are different artists getting from one end to the other?
Well, it is quite interesting. I think at the moment, with it being up for about a year, there's about 500,000 on YouTube at the moment. But to be honest,
and it's also on Vimeo, isn't it?
It is on Vimeo as well. It is on Vimeo. But to be honest, there's not really a formula. So we have, not to mention names or anything, but we have certain artists who are really well known, who perhaps don't get as many views, and we've got some artists.
So you'll see the views on YouTube.
You can see the views on YouTube. For instance, Lucy Rose, for instance, when we first did a session with her, which was about 6 months ago. I mean, she wasn't unheard of, but she's relatively unheard of, and very much kind of going through. I mean, she hadn't made an album or anything yet, I think. And I think that video has around 250,000 views.
And she showcases the kind of the support that you can get from just everyday people, like watching videos on YouTube and stuff. All of her videos like tend to get a lot of hits, like even before she was really picked up, and now she's kind of been album of the day on Six Music and like really doing some big festival slots and stuff. But before that, she was still getting a lot of views, and it really kind of showed that like the internet gives possibilities to anyone. Like in terms of like getting your music out there, if you can.
It also demonstrates to the labels, doesn't it, how much attention you are actually getting.
That's true.
There's always the corporate side of it where they love their numbers. But to us, like.
But it's not really about the numbers for us.
For us, like the views are secondary. I don't mind the fact that a band that I saw that I loved, who we worked with, doesn't get as many views as, say, the Lucy Rose one did, as long as it gets like a good number of views.
Not that we don't love Lucy Rose.
Sorry, that isn't what I was saying.
But, it's so difficult.
Diplomacy. No, but I don't mind so much if a band I love doesn't get a vast amount of views, because we were still able to give that person a platform. And some of the videos we've done have not got that many views for the first 6 months that's been on the website, but then their profiles started to grow, and then suddenly you start to get a lot more attention for that video on YouTube, and it's there. So like it's a platform that they can still use at any time.
It's true. And it is amazing seeing the progression between an artist that, this is personally the thing that I've really enjoyed, seeing an artist or finding an artist that is really unheard of. You know, you do pay £2 to go and see or something. An artist such as Michael Kiwanuka, we did a session with him, and when we did a session with him, he was really unknown. And then over the course of, that was about 8 months ago, I think, and then over the course of that time, he won the BBC Sound of 2012, he's been nominated for a Mercury Music Prize, and it's, you know, and because we loved his music so much, it's amazing to see him go into, you know, this...
And it's amazing, it's amazing to see the progress that happens. Like, I walked past a shop on my way here to do the session today, and heard Tell Me a Tale by Michael Kiwanuka playing in a totally commercial shop that you would normally expect to just hear the top 10 in sort of thing, and they were playing his song, and it's so amazing to see that, like,
I mean, that's what YouTube has
recognition.
Done. Yeah, I mean, that's almost what YouTube has done, because it's created a platform where a lot of it is to do with, because there's comments and it's for the public. So, you know, it depends on, if people want to watch it, it ups the view count, and then means those artists get more of a platform, and that's really important. Whereas it's not just decided by a very small amount of people.
People sitting around a table in suits.
To say how much money can we make out of it? I mean, but possibly.
I mean,
I mean, I think that's kind of the way it's.
That's still there, but it kind of opens the field. So what's happening next with the site? You were saying earlier you're kind of re-engaging with it and almost relaunching it.
Almost relaunching. We had a bit of a hiatus for a year. Close to a year. Joe built City Session Studio from the ground up, which took, how long did it take? 8 months?
It took over a year, all in all, to put it together. But yeah, I think we were doing sessions, and then you do have to consider real life, and it's not, City Sessions is not a day job, it's very much something we do as a passion, because we love it. And like, so we did have to take some time off to get on with other things, but those other things have like just helped us to move City Sessions forward, like through the contacts that we've been able to gain and stuff like that.
It's also meant, I mean, I spent the last year doing a lot of adverts for a whole range of companies and short films as well. And I think it's just got to the point now where we're just in a certain situation where we can actually put some more proper time into City Sessions, but we have the backbone of everything else that allows us to do that. And before it was a case of just getting to that point, basically, you know, and making sure that we were okay. We could carry on what we wanted to do with City Sessions, you know. So yeah, so it's great because we're basically relaunching now, as it were, relaunching. We're just kind of just starting up again, basically.
Adding more sessions.
Yeah, and doing a whole load of more sessions, and it's been amazing just to get back onto that. We filmed a session today with a guy called Joe Banfi. It was great. It was.
And you've got another one planned, haven't you?
And there's also we filmed last week Reuben Hollebon. Who's a really good artist, and both of them are not incredibly well known. They're kind of just starting out, I think. But
it's always really exciting to see the progression of how they all progress, and like commercially they might not like explode into the spotlight, but that isn't. It's not why we set up City Sessions in the first place, really. So,
no.
So that isn't our main focus, but it's always really exciting to watch the progression of an artist and see how they develop. And you establish a relationship, even though, like, for example, today we only spent about an hour with Joe. Still, you establish that relationship, like, you sort out the session beforehand, then you do the session, and it's quite an intense, intimate thing to do with someone, filming them, putting across their art in a very intimate setup.
In a very raw way as well.
Yeah, like there's no like showy CGI to hide behind. It's them.
It is the performance.
Yeah, exactly, and that is so important. It's all about the musician and how good they are, which is also why we make a real conscious effort to go to a lot of gigs, because it's very important, and there's so many artists out there that are absolutely amazing, and that does come across in the sessions. You know, I think it's really concentrating on them and making sure that we pick good artists that we really like. That's the most important thing, really.
Thanks for talking to me today.
Okay.
Thank you very much.